What's up, everybody? This is your buddy Greg Helbeck, and I'm going to do my weekly real estate deal breakdown. And if you're new to this channel, this is simply the video I put out every week where I talk about a piece of property that I bought and sold, or I currently buy and hold. I know that rhymes. I'm so creative. Anyway, it's my version of just sharing with the world real pieces of deals, real pieces of property that I've done. Because a lot of people talking about real estate say they do real estate, but they don't do as much real estate as you might think. Anyway, I try to not do that, and I try to be very congruent. So, if you get value from this video, if you could subscribe to my channel and like the video, it would mean a lot to me. So let's get started here. We're going to talk about 10 Rumsey Street. I think it's street. Let me confirm that for you. 10 Rumsey Street. Exactly. I didn't know if it was road or avenue, but this is in Port Jervis. 10 Rumsey Street, Port Jervis, New York. The way that we got the lead was through my favorite channel, direct mail. We mailed the absentee owner list. Oh, shocking that no one mails that. I'm just kidding. Everyone mails that. And we got a tired landlord that called up. His name was Wayne. I'm not going to say his last name in case he's watching, but Wayne, you're an awesome guy. And he had a property. There's a Section 8 tenant in there. The tenant was, I guess not really paying because Section 8 pays. I think the tenant was paying a small portion of the rent. Anyway, didn't want to be a landlord anymore. Property had some deferred maintenance. Wanted to unload it. Was motivated, but not ultra motivated. And long story short, made him an offer. He declined the offer, I believe. Then we followed up with him, and I think we raised the offer a little bit. And he said, yes, I knew we could probably wholesale this for about 10 to 20 grand. Long story short, got the property under contract. I think contingent upon it being vacant. So basically, it was like, we're going to buy the property, and when it's vacant, we will close. And we tried to do that, and it did not work out with the tenant. The tenant basically refused to leave, which normally happens in New York, part of the game. So we had to change the deal, and we had to basically agree to buy it with the tenant in place. And I was like, ooh, interesting. So long story short, I was thinking about keeping it as a rental. I ended up wholesaling it out to an investor. So the way that I found the buyer, this is interesting, is I sent it out to my list. They didn't really like it because there was a tenant in there, and the price, they were like, I don't know. So I ended up finding somebody. His name is Paul Hamilton. Paul, if you're watching, you're an awesome guy. He's a big broker up in Port Jervis. He's probably the most successful broker up there. Does a lot of deals, knows a lot of people. And I called him. I said, hey, Paul, my name is Greg. You might know me. You might not know me, but I got a property that I think we can make some money on. I said, here's the address. I want to sell it for this price. Add your commission on top of it, and let's do some business. And he went out, found an investor. He made a commission on it, so it was a win-win for both of us. And I think at the end of the day, I might have walked away with $12,000 on that deal after the commission and everything else. I think it was about $12,000. So normally, we make a lot more than that on a wholesale deal, but here is the lesson to learn. If you want to make a lot of money on a wholesale deal, it generally comes down to supply and demand. And in this case, we had one butt for one seat. One buyer, one house. If we had 3 buyers in one house, I could have bid the price up. But we only had one buyer who was interested. So we took the offer that he gave us, obviously made a profit, and the thing was relatively smooth. Wasn't too many issues, wasn't too many hiccups. We got everything worked out. We closed it. And this deal, I made $12,000 net, and I put a $1,000 earnest money down. So I turned $1,000 into $12,000 basically by creating a deal out of thin air. So when you hear these things about like no money down real estate or little money down real estate, it's true, you can do it. In New York, you can't really do no money down deals. That doesn't really exist because you have to put deposits down, and in this case, it was $1,000. But if you could take $1,000 and invest it into a down payment to then make $12,000 and basically net, well, I actually got my deposit back, so I ended up making the whole profit. I'd do that. That's a pretty good deal. If someone would say, hey, if you give me $1, I'll give you 12 back, that's a pretty good deal. So we ended up making a profit on this thing. Made our direct mail campaign that was already profitable even more profitable because this deal came from the same campaign that we already made a bunch of money from. Improved our ROI, proved our proof of concept, made a positive feedback loop, and that was it. Easy peasy Japanesey, as my friend Michael Pinter said. So that's 10 Rumsey Street. That's how we did the deal. Found it through mail, sold it through a real estate agent, made a profit. I'd like to have made more, but in this case, that wasn't the deal. And hopefully you got some value. So if you are watching this and you're like, Greg, I want you to coach me. I want to learn how to do this. Send me an email, greg@velocityhousebuyers.com with the subject line coaching. And what we'll do is we'll get on the phone and we'll see if we'd be a fit to work with each other. I'd love to help you if you think I could help you. So send me an email with the subject line, coaching. See if you're fit to be coached by me. If you don't want to get coached by me, but you want to do deals with me and you're in the Hudson Valley or you're in Delaware, send me an email with the subject line deals. And we can see how we can work together. Maybe we can JV deals together as wholesalers. Maybe if you're a wholesaler, you can wholesale me a deal. If you're an agent, you can bring me an off-market deal and I'll give you the list back, or I'll pay you up front if I keep it as a rental. There's so many opportunities in this business to work with each other, to collaborate instead of compete. So, hope you do that. And hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and I will see you, that's right, you watching, on the next video. Take care. Bye-bye.